Welcome back to the 2018 Mermaid Crochet Along. We are on week 7, which means that we're going to be doing the edging of our blanket. We have actually completed all of the characters for Kiss the Girl and for Under the Sea at this point. And we are going to be adding a pink and a yellow. Our pink is just going to be there to kind of set off the characters, and our yellow is going to represent King Triton's crown as well as his Triton. And I'll explain when we get into it, you know, what's being represented where. But I'm gonna go ahead. Now the pattern says tropical pink. I didn't have my pattern with me when I was shopping for yarn, so we're ending up with more of like a babyish pink, but that's okay. It still goes really well with the colors that we have going on. And I'm gonna go ahead and use, once again, that lemon ice yellow that I used for Scuttle down here. I think it just ties everybody together. So I'm going to pause this real quick, get myself set up, and we're gonna get started on our edging. All right, so with our pink, we're going to make a 2 double crochet, chain 2, 2 double crochet corner, which starts with a chain 3. Double, chain 2, and 2 doubles. Okay, now we are going to double crochet into 3. We are going to chain 3, 1, 2, 3. Okay, so here we are going to skip all of this up to the center single, sorry, not the center single, the center double of our fan. And we're going to go ahead and single crochet into the center double crochet of our fan. We are going to chain 2. We will double in our single. Chain 2, single in the center double, chain 2. So this is our repeat across, chain 2, and single in the center. With that, here's what we look like. And we're going to go to the other side real quick and have a conversation about the other end of our side. This is going to mirror, once again, when you get over here, you're going to single here, but you're going to chain 3, and then you will double in the last 3 over here. I don't know why my camera's so off. Sorry about that. Single in the double, double in your last 3 singles, and there will be a chain 3. So while we're doing chain 2s in between here, we don't want a lot of space in between each of our fans and our double crochets. If you put 3 chains in between there, it's just going to be too wobbly. You want to have a nice firm surface, because we're going to come back through here and we're going to do single crochets. I'm going to let you continue. Make sure you're putting 2 double crochets, chain 2, 2 double crochet in each corner. You're skipping and you're putting a single here, you're putting a double here in your single. Okay, it's pretty simple. I feel like you guys have maybe done this before in this blanket. So go ahead, finish this up on me. And actually, you know what? Go ahead and do round 63 too, which is your single crochets. When you are doing your single crochets, you're gonna do 3 singles in the chain 3 space, but you're only gonna do 2 singles in the 2 chain space. So 3 singles here, 2 singles here. Kind of match it up with your chains. Just watch the pattern, and I'll meet you back over here after we've finished the pink. So continue on through round 63. I have finished up my pink section from round 63. See how that sets off the Ursula section pretty, and just kind of gives a border between the 2 colors. So we're going to start with our yellow now, and that's going to be for round 64. we're going to join in our corner with a chain 6, which is going to represent a chain 3 and a double crochet. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. We're going to double crochet in this same corner, and then we're going to double crochet in the next 3 single crochets. 1, 2, and 3. We're going to chain 2, and we're going to skip 2. Now there's going to be a lot of chaining and skipping in this row, and it's going to seem a little confusing because there's a lot of information in the squiggly parentheses, but I'm going to go through the repeat process with you a few times just so that you can get more comfortable with it, because it's going to repeat all the way across. All right, so we chained 2 and we're skipping 2. We're not in the squiggly parentheses yet. We're still just past the square bracket. So chain 2, skip 2, single crochet in the next. Now we are starting our squiggly brackets. So chain 2, skip 3, 5 double crochet into the next. 2, 3, 4, 5, chain 2, skip 3, single crochet into the next. Chain 5, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, skip 3, 1, 2, 3, single crochet into the next. Start your squiggly brackets over. Chain 2, skip 3, 5 double crochet, 2, 3, 4, and 5, chain 2, skip 3, 1, 2, 3, single, chain 5, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, skip 3, single. Okay, so your repeat section, which is represented by your squiggly brackets or parentheses, is going to be between this chain 2 right here. So yeah, basically. So we're starting at the chain 2, then we skip 3, 5 double crochet, chain 2, skip 3, single in the next. Chain 5, skip 3, single in the next. That's your little world for the next 1.5 miles here. So just keep repeating this going across. And so I'm gonna actually grab the other blanket real quick to show you which section we're working on. Maybe help you visualize a little bit easier. The area that we are currently working on right now is this right here at the very bottom. See how this chain 5 actually does come into play later. This is what I call King Triton's crown, and then kind of the Triton effect with the picots in the last row. So everything that we do, even though the little chain 5 doesn't seem to make a whole lot of sense right now, it is going to be a very big part of your finished work. And if you miss it, which the first time that I actually went to reproduce this pattern, I missed all of my chain 5s and I couldn't figure out what was going on. So pay real close attention to the fact that you're gonna chain 2 and skip 3 really between everything, but in between you're gonna have 5 double crochets, and then you'll have a chain 5 and then 5 double crochets. So just remember, in between all of your chain 2 and skipping 3s, it's gonna be every. Okay, I am on the other side after completing all of my repeats going across. And I'm going to complete the section outside of the squiggly brackets, which says chain 2, skip 3. We're going to 5 double crochet in the next. Four and 5, chain 2, skip 3, we're going to single, and now we're going to chain 2, and here we're going to mirror the other side. We are going to skip 2 and we're going to double in the last 3 single crochets. So double into 3, chain 2, skip 2, and single, and that'll start your next row. Okay. Okay, so keep going. I'll meet you back around on the other side. We'll get started on the second row of this, which is going to be round 65. Okay, I am joining now. I'm at the end. I'm going to join with the 3rd chain from our first chain 6 because that is our double crochet space. And I'm going to move on to round 65. I'm going to slip stitch into my corner, so I'm starting there, and we'll do our single crochet, chain 3, single crochet corner. Now it says next to single crochet in 4, 2, 3, and 4, and from this point forward we're going to be skipping all of the chain 2 spaces. We're not going to worry about putting any stitches into them, so we're going to chain 2. Okay, so we chained 2, we're going to double crochet. Now in our instructions it says double crochet the next double crochet, chain 1 a total of 4 times. So that means we're working in this shell that we created right here. So we did double crochet, chain 1 once, twice, 3 times, 4 times, chain 1, and then it says 2 double crochet in the next double crochet. So that's the last one, and we should have a total of 5 double crochets again, but with a chain 1 space in between them. Chain 2, single crochet in the 3rd chain of the chain 5. So instead of going around like you've been doing, you need to go into the 3rd chain. 1, 2, 3. Reason being is because we specifically need for this to be rounded here, and if we were to just go around the chain 5, that means that that stitch has the opportunity to scoot back and forth on this chain. We want that chain, that single crochet, to always be right there because it's going to matter for our design at the end. So make sure that you get into the 3rd chain of the chain 5. So chain 2. All right, where are we starting? We're back at the beginning of the squiggly parentheses where it says skipping all chain 2s. So we already have that established. But it's basically going to be now a repeat from right here. So pretend like that is this guy here. We're going to chain 2. We'll do our double crochets with chain 1s in between. We'll chain 2 and we will single into our chain 5. So let's do that again. 1, excuse me, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Chain 2, 1, 2, 3 of our chain 5. And single in the 3rd chain. Okay, so keep going across. It's going to be that exact same repeat going. All right, I'll see you on this side. I think you can manage your corners. It's going to be pretty simple. Okay, so round 65 has been completed. I hope that nothing tripped you up too much. I've gone ahead and slip stitched into my corner. I'm going to chain 4, 2, 3, 4. This is going to count as a treble crochet. So we are going to treble, chain 2, 2 trebles in the corner. This is going to be our new corner. We're going to treble in 5 single crochets. Two, 3, 4, 5. That's obviously the first 5 singles that we have on this row. We're going to be skipping all of the chain 2 spaces and all of the single crochets from round 65. So we are going to double crochet into the next double crochet and chain 2 4 times. So skipping all of this business here, we're going to double, chain 2, double in the double, chain 2, double, chain 2, double, chain 2, that's 4 times, and 1 more double, so that we have our 5 double crochets. Now we are skipping all the chain 2s and all of the single crochets from this row. So this one's not going to be a real hard one for you. We're skipping all of this, going to go right into the next double and chain 2 and double, chain 2. Double, chain 2, double, chain 2, and double. Okay, I'm going to stretch it out real quick just to show you. So even though this was super important for us to make sure that we got that in there, in that spot, the reason why it was so important is because this is not going to move around on this chain 5. It'll always be a stationary single crochet here. And it gives stability to the rest of what we're working on here. So we're going to be creating, like, if you think of it, this is the stitch area we're working on for each one. You're creating this really big fan. But this entire row is just going to be about putting double crochets into your double crochets and chaining 2 in between. So still kind of stick within the microcosm of the 5 double crochets that you started with, and you have 5 here and you have 5 here. That'll help you not go crazy with a double crochet chain 2s, you know, who knows what we end up with. But it'll keep you from getting your count off and stuff like that. So just to kind of help you look at it the way that I'm seeing it as well. All right, I know I'm over talking this, but I'm gonna let you go, finish up this row. We'll meet back up over here, and then we only have 1 more row before we're completely done with the blanket. So exciting, yay. I'll see you back over here. We are on round 67, which is the last round of not only the King Triton edging area, but also the entire blanket. So, ta-da! You have almost finished. All right, so what I did is I went ahead and slip stitched into my corner, chained 3, double crocheted, chain 2, and then I'm gonna do 2 more double crochets. So, in the interest of full disclosure, I have to explain to you that I messed up on my corners over here. You are not supposed to have 2 double crochets in these corners, but this is just a representation of if you messed up and you ended up with too many single crochets over here like I did, because you put too many double crochets down here like I did, then you know what, you can make it work still without having to rip everything out. All I did is I just went ahead and I skipped my extra single crochet here and put trebles in the 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 last 5 single crochets of that row. I got so used to doing 2 double crochets chain 2 that when I got to this corner I forgot that it was just supposed to be a single double crochet chain 3 double crochet. So, you know, even I make mistakes on my own patterns, and it happens. But I just want you, the reason I'm telling you this is because you can still make it work and nobody's gonna know. Nobody's gonna see your mistake because nobody's gonna look that close. Especially if you just keep it going in the same pattern where you're still just putting the 5 in place, because I had to do it over here as well. Had to skip that extra one that I put in. So if you've done this like I have, then you know, you can fix it the easy way. I didn't want to cause any confusion for you, but you know, when we get over here and I'm showing you how to work the corners and stuff like that, I didn't want you to go, hey, she's got a lot of double crochets in that corner, because I do. I have too many. But moving forward, we are going to focus on round 67 now. And we are going to, since we've completed our quarter, we're going to now double crochet into 7 trebles. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7. Put a double crochet into each. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7. We are going to now double crochet into the next double crochet, this guy here. We are going to do 2 double crochets in the next chain 2. 1 and 2. We are now going to do what's called a picot. Everybody does this different. I'm not going to say everybody, but there are several ways to do a picot. The way that I do a picot is to chain 3. I will come down here and slip stitch into the first chain, and then I double crochet into the next indicated stitch, which for me is into the next double crochet. So there I've made a picot. Now, what I also did is I went back to the beginning of my parentheses in order to put my next stitch in, because if you look in the parentheses, it says double crochet in the next double, 2 doubles in the chain 2, and then picot. Okay, so in order to anchor my picot, I went back to the beginning of that where it says double crochet in the next double. So we are now on the part where we're putting 2 doubles into the chain 2, and we are going to picot, which is chain 3. I slip stitch into the first chain and double, and then 2 into the chain 2 and picot, which is chain 3, slip stitch into the first and double. Now you are going to only put 3 picots going across the top, because that's supposed to represent the trident. And then we're going to double crochet. Well, we're already past that. So this was our 3rd repeat of the parentheses. I double crocheted into the next double already. Now the instructions say to 2 double crochet into the chain 2 and double in the next double. That's it. Okay, you've now completed the first King Triton / trident motif, which is just that section there. Now you're just going to continue doing the exact same thing. You're going to double in the next double. You're going to put 2 doubles into the next chain 2, and you're going to picot. Put double into the double, 2 into the next chain 2, and picot. Double in the next double, go in the next 2, and picot. It's maybe a little fiddly, but it sure is a pretty accent at the end. All right, and to finish out the crown, you just put 2 and 1 into the last double. All right, sorry, my little dog was barking at the thunder. Okay, go ahead and finish this off. We'll meet together over here and we'll finish out the blanket together. Alrighty, we're back at the beginning and we have completed our round. This was the last round of Kiss the Girl, and congratulations, you worked really hard. I hope you're really, really proud of your blanket. I'm sure it's beautiful. I wanted to have a quick conversation with you about finishing off your blanket with blocking.